Okay, this is part 2 of the first portion of video series about how to use Grammarly. Here I'm using, I already did my correctness, most critical section of grammar checks, and now I do clarity grammar checks, which is available only in paid version, in premium version of Grammarly. And it's also very helpful because besides just grammar check, it does Grammarly paid version. A premium version of Grammarly allows to do style check, okay, change better style of writing, whatever you write in article or correspondence. It gives suggestions about wording, extra wording, about changing sentences, rephrasing sentence structure. You can accept or reject it, but Grammarly does more. It's more than just grammar checker. It actually a writing checker. It helps you to learn the style a little bit better because it's huge software, lots of people using it, and machine learns, and I said it's getting better every year. So in this particular case, I've been working on this article already, and now I'm moving on to clarity, and then I move to engagement. Grammarly generally. Well, I guess, what can I say? You can review grammar and spelling in Grammarly, but you can also review style and word usage and sentence usage, sentence structure. So review grammar English online. I mean, this is an excellent tool for that. And Grammarly does grammar review English articles and other things. Grammarly is grammar check software, but it's more than grammar check software. Grammarly software allows to better your writing generally. That's what they do apparently in the last few years. They went beyond just mere grammar check. So Grammarly does perform grammar correction online because it's English grammar correction software, but it also kind of shows you, helps you to understand how to use grammar properly, because you click on this, do these clicks and checks all the time, and you start understanding a few things about word usage better. And Grammarly does excellent English grammar correction of errors. It shows you how to use, this video shows you how to use Grammarly grammar checker. So I'm showing you how to use grammar checker on the Grammarly website. And Grammarly, I think, is very good grammar checker. It's really good grammar checker. They have their own English grammar checker app, and Grammarly essentially is an English grammar correction app. So Grammarly does English grammar correction. You can use Grammarly for business, which is incredibly helpful. You can use Grammarly for school. You can use Grammarly for blogging, for writing, for anything. It's for bloggers, for writers, for students, for businesses, for many people. Grammarly for beginners is probably the best because it allows people, for beginner writers or something, because it allows you to learn language better and to do very seriously improve your writing. So I'm showing in this video, I use Grammarly to catch grammar mistakes, and in this series of videos I'm showing you how to catch grammar mistakes online using Grammarly. I do grammar check English articles mostly, obviously, because that's what it does, Grammarly. And since Grammarly is a grammar check website, I do it online. I perform grammar check online using Grammarly. And in any case, this is one of the best softwares I've tried over the years. Sometimes it's different from what Microsoft Word would suggest, but it's still doing an excellent job. They still have some room for improvement, but for this money, if you write a lot, this is cheap. Okay, this is just cheap. So Grammarly for bloggers is good, and you can watch other videos. How does Grammarly work? YouTube videos, there are many of them, but I'm going to post about 10-15 videos showing specifically how I use Grammarly to check grammar, to correct grammar in my articles, to do other things. What am I doing here? Washington bar. I do some. See, this is another thing. Grammarly, while I perform this search, grammar check using Grammarly, it gives me some suggestions that, you know what, this sentence is not understandable, and it's a flag for me, red flag for me, and I actually can go online. Grammarly alerts me the sentence is not very clear, so I go online, check some facts, make sentence more understandable and clear, because Grammarly acts as if somebody would read my article from the outside and tell me, like, it helps me to actually improve not only writing but content itself. That's what Grammarly does. It does it not intentionally, but just this is a side effect of using Grammarly, I guess, because it gives suggestions, and also it asks to clarify some points because it doesn't understand the sentence. And then I look at the sentence and I understand, yeah, I wouldn't understand the sentence if I read it myself for the first time. So I go and find more information. I write the sentence or whole passages, and I find additional information. And Grammarly, essentially, you know, for this money, it does much more than grammar check. Does much more than style check. Grammarly also does. It's like it works like editor, basically. Like somebody reviews your article, gives you suggestions, and this is another intangible benefit of using Grammarly online. Okay, so I will not talk too much in this video. I'll just basically comment on what I do. So I'm still working on clarity. Obviously, you can understand. First, I recorded my editing because I had to focus on my editing, and I'm doing voiceover right now. So overall score, Grammarly score, is 97 at this point, which is not bad at all. So I'm doing rephrasing sentences now. Okay, I have to look at the sentences to see how excellent suggestions it gives me. It's like if I had a writing editor who would review the article and give me suggestions. It's almost the same thing. Well, not almost the same thing, but it's similar to that. But editor would cost me much more money than monthly Grammarly premium version. So I'm making changes and more changes, and one, I guess, disadvantage of Grammarly, once you start clicking, you may become lazy and you just like stop really paying attention. You just click when you're in a hurry. I try not to do that but it's so tempting to do that. Just click without reading, just accept everything, because Grammarly is not 100% bulletproof. But Grammarly is still good. So I try to read what I do, the changes Grammarly suggests. I try to read those changes before I accept them or reject them. Okay? See, I'm kind of trying to figure out. And very clear. And let's see, engagement. I don't remember. Oh, gosh, what engagement? Engagement is, I guess, word usage to make it more readable, so to speak. So it gives me some suggestions, and this is available only in premium Grammarly version. All right, it's not available in free version. I used to have free version. It was helpful, but it was not even near helpful as their paid version. So it depends on what you need it for. If you really need to write a lot and you need to good, concise, clear writing, and Grammarly does an excellent job for non-native speaker and native speaker alike. They have a lot of people, smart people working on Grammarly website. I mean, like coders, English professors, as far as I remember. I read about it, and so on. So you see, it gives me some alternative synonyms to make sure that my writing is more colorful. It's more rich, so to speak. It's not dull and I'm not using the same words all the time. So it's better for reader. And overall score is already 98. All right. And still there is a lot of room for improvement. All right. You see, I'm clicking. And this is another negative of disadvantage using Grammarly. You do have to click a lot, so better use external mouse if you have laptop, because sometimes you have to make 500 clicks per article in Grammarly. All right, click, accept, reject. You may do some changes. Use external mouse. Overall score in Grammarly is 99 now, which means my generally article is pretty good at this point. But I've been working. It took me 30 minutes to edit this article using Grammarly. I want to repeat it. right? It took me only 30 minutes to edit this large article using Grammarly. I also went over this article later because I made some changes, and in terms of content, something that Grammarly cannot possibly pick up, content and factual facts. Then I went to Grammarly again, and it took me like another 12 minutes maybe, or maybe 15 minutes maximum to make additional changes, and that's it. It's not much for an article of this size, and I saved so much time, and I posted very quickly for my website. So for blogger, this is Grammar Checker, an excellent tool like Grammarly. All right. So you see, it gives me good alternative words to use, and I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. It's so good. So it makes it so easy. The Grammarly makes it so easy to edit documents, to edit English, to edit grammar, and to edit generally articles too. Okay, the whole enchilada of facts and sentences and stuff like that just flies by in 30 minutes, and you are done with editing, and it could be 2,000 words, 3,000 words. That's why I love Grammarly. I just think it's excellent tool. I use it on and off, but I always use it, more or less. Monotonous passage, I don't think I'm gonna do it. See, Grammarly suggests different things. Well, so I had to take a break. So we'll see. I mean, you can see Grammarly suggestions are conveniently placed, on the right side by the text, and you can see where they related to, where these suggestions relate in the text. So I mean, it's very helpful, and makes checking English grammar very easy, makes writing very easy, more easy, and makes my writing better, and actually it makes content better, obviously, for user who read the content, because it's more understandable, fewer mistakes, more readable. Although I do have to say that readability sometimes, Grammarly may not be 100% bulletproof when it comes to readability of the text, because it depends on how you write it. Okay, Grammarly still is focused on grammar check, and if you write in complex, not simple terms, Grammarly may not pick up that. They may not understand. Grammarly may not understand that, because it's still software tool, not human. But other than that, and other than 500 clicks, okay, you have to do when you review article, you're writing, if it's a large article. Other than that, Grammarly is an excellent tool, and I've been using it for years now, on and off. I use free version, I use premium version of Grammarly, and I would say it's an excellent tool, which I will use for years to come at least. It's one of the tools I use, but it's one of the tools that I use more often than others. You can see that it's easiest, more accessible. You gotta be careful, because if you need to use certain words in your writing, you don't just blindly accept suggestions given by Grammarly. You gotta read each suggestion, okay? Because unless you don't care. If you don't care, it can be very easy. Just click. If you care, you need to read a little bit. So this article could take me less than 30 minutes to edit if I didn't have to pay attention and to read the suggestions before I accept them. All right, but if you, for example, you need to do, it doesn't matter like which words you use, as long as they properly fit. You can use like that. So anyway, you can do it much faster. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, you can see the process. I'm showing you very intimate stuff, basically. See you later in the next video. Series of videos of how to use grammar checking online. You can watch how I do it. The link to Grammarly is below. It's my affiliate link. I see you in the next video. Thank you very much.